Welcome back to the Entrepreneurial SME. We are looking at innovators and disruptors in the financial services industry with award-winning entrepreneur and CEO of Cloud23, Ramakrishnan, whose name I butchered earlier. I need an app to read your name, Ram, but I interrupted you as we were explaining to me how the market is responding in your own A.
So thanks for that, Ram. So it's all about like how do we bring the collective benefit to everyone involved in the ecosystem. For example, I'm going to save a lot of time and money in my transportation to get to a bank. And once I get the taste of it, if I can just go to Bank ABC, be it apps or Standard Bank or Capitec, and if I can get my work done in the app or the website or any digital means, I'm now getting the taste of, oh, I've saved like 4 hours. I don't need to stand in the queue. I don't need to do 1, 2, 3. And that's what is getting us serve our customer better. And they're actually liking it, like the response that we're getting.
But there is this guy who still wants to go in queue. What is it? Is it trust? Or is it just because they're technophobes?
It's personalization. The short answer is like, I want to deal with someone who knows me. And by doing that, like intrinsically, I know that I build a trust.
Yeah.
That's where Salesforce actually gotten it really right, where it brings everything about Ram as a person together, even if you go to the branch. So you can go to the branch, or I can go to the branch, and I'll be like, okay, hey, Mr. Banker, I'm so-and-so. Immediately, the banker is like, oh, I know you got married, like, and we also got to know that you got a kid, like, at 6 months old, like, how's he doing? So that sort of relationship-driven digitization is what we're promoting.
Yeah.
So it works for both someone who is truly tech-savvy and someone who goes to the branch, but at the same time, when someone addresses me with a holistic background in a personalized fashion, I'd get to solve my problem quicker.
How do you cultivate your clientele? How do you build such an impressive clientele, including some of the top financial institutions that you've mentioned already? It can't be easy, and you're competing with other people, I'm sure.
The only one word is trust. For example, we have had 22-hour days straight for like 15 days or 20 days. But one thing we committed to is, irrespective of whatever happens, problems do come, situations do arise, but let's logically find a way forward without compensating the true North Star. So we know we're getting to a point A to point B, and point B is to make certain things work. And if there are hiccups, we work together, and that attitude actually differentiated us from traditional consultants or developers, engineers to say, okay, 8 to 5, 5 o'clock, I'm knocking off and I'll see you tomorrow. So that's the only reason I believe like we've gotten so far.
Speaking of challenges, what have been your challenges as a business, as Cloud23 up to so far?
So one is the market and the resourcing and the way in which we find the talent. So we strongly believe South Africa and Africa has got so much potential, as in like raw material who we need to groom. So we have spent a lot of time and effort and commitment to bring in new talent to the market, right? Being a graduate or someone who's been in a different industry or the likes. And I can quote people who started as retail consultants are working for Cloud23 as an engineer because it took like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years training plan to get them somewhere. The biggest challenge, to answer your question directly, is understanding the potential we are sitting with in Joburg. We are the one and only country with the knowledge, universities, education system who can serve 55 to 65 countries in the same time zone. We could be the next Asia for ICT servicing across Africa and in Europe, and we are struggling to convey the message that you have a big responsibility, you're the first mover in the ecosystem. Guess what? You're going to pave way for the next 2 to 3 generations from Joburg, and that is the biggest struggle that I go through, and I try to do my best job with that.
So what's next? What are you currently working on? What are you developing that's going to change the world?
So we are one at a time. Change Joburg, change Cape Town, then move across the world. So for us, the first step now, and in the next 6 to 12 months focus is, we have committed leaders who are vested into the projects and the programs that we have signed up with different banks, and we need to land them in style to make sure that our leaders realize the benefit that they have promised to their board, promised to their customers. And that's the utmost priority for now. And in the process, the vision that I've just iterated is what I'm trying to cultivate or share it with other colleagues of mine, new recruits and the customers to feed into it. So the ultimate goal is to make sure that Joburg becomes the hub where we bring in European banks, Asian banks to fly in to meet our people for the best quality service that they're going to get.
The fintech industry is growing so fast. I mean, I've had a million people interviewing, of course, it's an exaggeration. What do you tell somebody who's getting into fintech now and say to them, what is the one thing that they must look at that will make them amazing?
So it's the customer experience, and right now we are the most distracted generation in human history. I don't think ever a human got a notification to get distracted like in a fraction of a second. So for us, that sort of getting the customer committed is the biggest solution or the problem that we have, and anyone could solve within the fintech industry to be focused and loyal to a bank or an insurance company with the service that they're going to get. That is going to be the next big thing, and irrespective, like it varies, capital markets, insurance, banking, we have different challenges, but having them committed and loyal is a solution.
So we conclude with our 30-second game. I've got a few questions for you very quickly. Have you ever thought of quitting?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest.
What keeps you going?
The fact that I can live and I can sleep and happily wake up, that's the only thing.
What do you do for fun?
I work.
I said fun.
I get my fun out of work.
Okay, given a chance, would you do this again and again and again?
100%.
Coffee, whiskey, bubbly, tea, water?
Water.
Ramakrishnan, wonderful having you here, my brother, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Rams.
And thank you for watching the Entrepreneurial SME from me, Rams Mabote. Good night and God bless.
Your trusted connectivity partner, Telkom Business, proudly brings you the Entrepreneurial SME Show.